50 years ago, a man named Tony Marmo brought together a group of girls in Massachusetts to form the first ever women's hockey team in America. Now, 50 years later, the world looks a lot different, and the players reunite to reminisce on the memories that they've created and to talk about the impact that they've had on women in sports today.
We should all be proud of what we accomplished. Whether you were on the team for 6 weeks, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, we're all Massport Jets for life.
It's really unbelievable to see everyone after all these years. Some of us have kept in touch, but not as a giant group like this, so it's really a lot of fun to see everybody and pick up right where we left off.
The first ever Massport Jets reunion was scheduled for 2020, but due to the pandemic, it got pushed back 2 years. So in June of 2022, the team came together.
I don't think I can explain the feeling. It's just the committee puts so much work into trying to locate people that we haven't seen in years. And just the fact that we got the people here today, it gives me chills.
We've had careers, we've played sports, we've, had lives, gone to college, whatever. And all this time has passed, and yet you come back and it's like no time has passed. It just feels like, last week we were playing in Parazzo Rink in MDC in East Boston.
In the 1970s, hockey was deemed as a boys' sport. The Massport Jets were the best of the best in girls hockey and proved themselves to boys and men, and say that they were ahead of their time. Do you think that time has caught up with women's hockey, and how have you seen the sport grow over the past 50 years?
Oh, absolutely. It absolutely. And I'm glad we were the pioneers. And it's amazing to see colleges and then go on to go into the Olympics. It's just, we were supposed to go to the Olympics, but they just didn't want us yet. And it's bittersweet, but I know that because of us, they did it. And it's just a wonderful feeling.
It feels good. It feels good to the point where I just say it could have been us. I just say we were born too early because hockey was everything to me.
We played for the love of the game, just like anyone that can only play amateur sports. So grateful that there's professional women's hockey. We didn't have that. And, so we played just for the love of the game, just like remember the 1980 men's team in the Olympics. I wouldn't change a thing, and it opened doors for me, and, and it has now for a lot of other young girls.
As these women reflect on the last 50 years, they say playing for the Massport Jets was life-changing.
That experience for me was life-changing. It was eye-opening, it was empowering, and it just taught me confidence and poise, and it set the trajectory for my entire life.
Set my alarm to watch the Olympic Games every 2 or 4 years. It's just meant so much that we were at the beginning of that movement.
We were kids when we started, and now we're friends for life, for life.
It's no doubt that the Massport Jets are the representation that women in sports needed back then and that they also need today, paving the way for women's and girls hockey leagues around the world.